In 2002, the South African Electronic Communications and Transaction Act was signed into law. The Act gives legal recognition to electronic documents and recognizes that electronic documents and electronic signatures are equivalent to their paper counterparts. Well, to discuss, we're joined now and we'll look at the difference between digital and electronic signatures. We're joined by Katekani Hlabathi. Mr. Hlabathi, thank you for being with us, Chief Information Officer at Lawtrust. Firstly, I guess there's a lot more interest in this since lockdown started happening around the world.
Yes, indeed. So lockdown, I would actually say, brought in opportunities for businesses to actually move into the digital space, the digital realm. And of course, with that actually comes the requirement to approve documents that will normally have been ferried around in paper. So this is actually where digital signatures actually come in. And luckily for South Africa, as you have correctly pointed out in your intro, we do have the ECT Act that was promulgated in 2002 that actually supports and actually recognizes digital signatures.
So can you tell the difference now, explain the difference for us between an electronic signature and a digital signature?
Yes, I guess both types of e-signatures. It's pretty much more of one being more equal and just rate secure than the other. So with electronic signatures, the Act recognizes, say like your thumbprint, any mark that you can actually make in a document in digital form. However, that kind of mark, electronic marking and so on will not be as secure as a digital signature, which actually uses digital certificates, which are cryptographic mechanisms that are really provide the ability to actually uniquely link such a transaction to a user. So all in all, maybe if I can just quickly highlight what digital signatures actually bring into the table is that they give you the ability to actually uniquely link the transaction to the user, and that you can actually positively identify who that person that actually made the transaction, because the process has actually linked them to that document. And also that you are able to detect changes in a document after that has actually been done. And one important thing is you also have to prove that that signature or that digital signature was actually applied under the sole control of the user, and digital certificates provide that capability.
Yeah. So how does it work practically? I mean, what sort of documents are you talking about? Presumably, the workers will all have to be on some sort of server, and it can see digitally who updated last?
Yes, so normally this works with, there's a lot of, say, document management systems that people can actually initiate transactions on, and everybody then becomes call it members in that community, and they can actually then digitally apply the documents. So in Lawtrust, for example, we've got a workflow management system called Signing Up, that you actually register people, and in that case you actually make sure who are the people that are going to be party to this workflow, and whoever actually initiates the documents and then just picks up the signatories that they actually want in the document, puts in their names, and then the system manages the workflow. So that is pretty much how it works. And it's any type of documents. It could be Word documents, it could be PowerPoint if you want to sign PowerPoint presentations, Excel spreadsheets, and so on. So all different types of documents. And remember, this is more of a business enablement enhancement tool. So it's more likely that is documentation where approvals, process approvals, even leave forms and so on, and even claims and so on can actually be done electronically, and these signatures applied here.
And the user will know that document is linked to them and their signature. Do they agree to that as if they were signing the document?
Correct. So each document will actually have a place where that signatory actually needs to sign. And the important thing about this type of systems, so workflow systems, is that you will not be able to sign on a place where somebody else's signature was actually requested. You can only sign where you are actually supposed to sign. Your name will actually be in there, and then you can just apply your signature where you're supposed to apply it. Yeah.
Okay. Cost-wise, is this a good option for small businesses, say?
It is definitely a good option for small businesses, because there's cloud-based system. So like the way we're actually doing it, it's like you've got multiple customers can actually transact on that platform, even though they are all logically separated. One can see other people's documentation and so on. So for small businesses, all you need to do is just register an account, and then you can actually then sign. I mean, it takes a day, 2 days max to actually get people onto the platform. Yeah.
What about other means, maybe more crude measures? I received a compliance document, for example, the other day, and they said because of COVID, you may not be able to sign and scan the document back, so you can just put your initials on an email. Are those sorts of things valid in law or not safe?
Well, they are valid in law, but again, it also depends on exactly what is actually being signed, because there are certain type of documents that you can't actually do that. For example, if it's a medical prescription, or the law requires that such a document be signed with say what we call an advanced electronic signature. So in South African law, there's like I mentioned, electronic signatures being recognized. But the highest form of the type of signatures is what is called an advanced electronic signature. There are certain type of documents that you can only sign with that kind of signature, yes. So, I mean, the tick, it's acceptable, but can you actually prove who actually made the tick? How did that signature actually come about into the document? You can't, unless if you're actually using digital signatures, yes.
All right, so there is an elegant solution in the digital signatures. Thank you so much for explaining the difference even between electronic and digital. Very interesting. That was Katekani Hlabathi, Chief Information Officer at Lawtrust.